Battle Through the Heavens Episode 162, Advanced Preview. Everyone joins forces to resist the beast tide, finally arriving before the Bodhi ancient tree, but unexpectedly, 5 more half-saint level puppets appear to guard it. After Zhao Yan's group survives incredible perils, and the heavenly demon Phoenix tribe sacrifices 3 of their elders, they defeat all the puppets, just as they thought they could smoothly obtain the great opportunity within the Bodhi ancient tree. They fell into an illusory realm set up by it. After Han Yu proposed a temporary alliance to jointly deal with the beast tide, with his Soul Clan charging at the very front to open a path. Everyone, for the sake of the great opportunity within the Bodhi ancient tree, agreed one after another. However, Zhao Yan, who had dealt with the Soul Clan for many years, naturally knew they were up to no good, and the truth was just as Zhao Yan had guessed. At the beginning, the members of the Soul Clan indeed fought hard. However, as the main force gradually advanced, the Soul Clan and the heavenly demon Phoenix tribe, in order to preserve their strength, stopped trying so hard. After the main force had jointly resisted the beast tide and traveled more than half the distance, these 2 factions both broke away from the group. As for the remaining people, having already suffered heavy casualties during the previous fight against the beast tide, and with their due ki nearly exhausted, therefore, apart from Zhao Yan's group and the other 4 teams that managed to escape in time, the remaining hundreds of people all perished under the fierce assault of the beast tide. As for the short stretch of the journey that followed, it was relatively smoother. Under the combined efforts of Zhao Yan and the Gu clan members, they finally reached the deepest part of the desolate ancient plains. At this moment, what appeared before everyone was a giant tree filled with an ancient and vicissitudinous aura. And this was none other than the Bodhi ancient tree, known to the world as the Tree of Wisdom and Reincarnation. At the center of its trunk was a bright halo of light, and that was the Bodhi heart they had painstakingly searched for on this trip, which could allow a person to become a saint on the spot. But Zhao Yan, Han Yu, and the others, at this moment, none of them dared to make a reckless move. After all, the Bodhi ancient tree was known as one of the most dangerous areas in the Duki continent. If they could obtain this Bodhi heart without any obstacles, you wouldn't believe it even if you beat him to death. As for Hanya, he was even more cunning. Before coming, he had learned from his clan's ancient records that a long time ago, a powerful expert from his clan, whose strength had reached the high-level half-saint stage, had disappeared without a trace while searching for the Bodhi ancient tree. He had most likely met with disaster. These words also made Zhao Yan treat the situation with caution. In addition, King Lin, with her green snake 3 flower pupils, sensed that although this ancient tree looked lush and peaceful, it emitted a faint coldness and negative emotions similar to those of humans. Just as everyone was on high alert, 5 puppets whose strength reached the half-saint level slowly walked out from within the ancient tree. Seeing this, everyone gasped in cold air. You must know, a lineup like this is incredibly difficult to deal with. And Han Yu's expression became even uglier, because one of the half-saint puppets was precisely that senior from his Soul Clan who had gone missing. However, at this time, the 5 half-saint puppets did not make a move. It was clear that if everyone were to leave now, the Bodhi ancient tree would not trouble them further, but they had already come this far. If they were to ask our lucky protagonist to give up now, how could he be willing? After all, if he couldn't obtain the Bodhi heart on this trip, he wouldn't be able to advance to the Du Sheng stage. Then, 3 years later, for the appearance of the demonic flame, he wouldn't even meet the minimum requirement to enter. Zhao Yan proposed that if anyone wanted to give up, they could retreat now. If not, then everyone would divide the labor and jointly fight these 5 half-saint puppets. At present, besides Zhao Yan and company, the Soul Clan, and the heavenly demon Phoenix tribe, there were also 4 other teams. According to Zhao Yan's estimation, currently, Zener's strength had reached the 8-star Du Zeng level, while Gu Qingyang was at the 6-star Du Zeng level. Adding our lucky protagonist after activating his clan crest, he was strong enough to match a 7-star Du Zeng, plus King Lin, the little fairy doctor, and Kai Lin, as well as Gu Xing and Gu Hua, with their combined combat power, taking down a half-saint puppet that couldn't exert its full peak strength should not be a problem. As for the Soul Clan, their strength was comparable. Han Ya and his group would be responsible for dealing with the half-saint from their own Soul Clan. As for the heavenly demon Phoenix tribe, they also had several elders at the peak Du Zeng level, so they would also be responsible for dealing with one. Thus, only 2 of the 5 5 half-saints remained, and the other 14, although their strength was slightly lower. For the sake of the Bodhi heart, they ultimately decided to join forces, 2 teams collaborating to fight 1 half-saint puppet. At the beginning of the great battle, Zhao Yan's side went all out from the start, unleashing the Vira glass body and pummeling the half-saint puppet. Zuner and the other Gu clan members unleashed their clan's heaven-ranked Du skill, the Great Silent Destruction Finger, fiercely attacking the opponent's head. Under such fluid cooperation, the half-saint puppet was finally defeated smoothly, but Gu Qingyang, Gu Hua, and the others still suffered internal injuries of varying degrees. Fortunately, their side had Zhao Yan, this walking first aid kit. And although our lucky protagonist's group finished their battle the fastest, Zhao Yan didn't go to help the others. After all, he needed to quickly recover his strength. Heaven knows what other dangers lay ahead. Plus, weakening the combat power of the Soul Clan and the heavenly demon Phoenix tribe at this time was not a bad thing. Unfortunately for him, on the Soul Clan side, because Hanya had brought many elders on this trip, not long after Zhao Yan finished his fight, they too smoothly sent their own Soul Clan senior to the afterlife. As for those mixed feathered birds of the heavenly demon Phoenix tribe, they were not so lucky. Their young clan leader, Jiu Feng, after crushing the half-saint puppet in one blow, kicked the opponent's remains hundreds of meters away, while cursing, because although they barely won this fight, 3 of their clan's elders at the peak Du Zun level had unfortunately perished. As for the other 4 teams, they were even worse off. Each team, originally with dozens of members, was ultimately left with only 3 or 4 people. However, after everyone rested for a moment and recovered to their peak state, when they came before the Bodhi ancient tree again, they were drawn in by a flash of light it emitted, pulled into its trunk. When Zhao Yan came to his senses, he found himself once again within the beast tide of the desolate ancient plains. Moreover, his strength had broken through to the Du Sheng level, and this was precisely the illusory realm created by the Bodhi ancient tree. Fortunately, our lucky protagonist had the cool aura emitted by the Bodhi seed he had obtained previously, which allowed him to successfully escape the illusion. As for the others, they were not so lucky, and it was this very cool aura that caused the perpetually muddled Bodhi ancient tree to have a brief moment of clarity. What appeared before Zhao Yan at this moment was a Bodhi ancient tree nearly 100 times smaller than the one outside. Clearly, this was its true body. It turned out that countless years ago, an injured Du Di expert had come before the Bodhi ancient tree, wanting to drain its life force to heal his injuries, but his enemies tracked him down, and together with the Bodhi ancient tree, they defeated him. Although this Du Di had perished, some of his cold, negative emotions corroded the Bodhi ancient tree like maggots on a bone. Over time, it became what it is today, and out of self-preservation, beyond its own control, it began to trap those who came seeking opportunities within its illusory realm. Next, the Bodhi ancient tree, seeing that Zhao Yan possessed numerous heavenly flames, pleaded with him to refine the Bodhi seeds it gave him to help it purge the negative emotions of the Du Di, and as a reward, our lucky protagonist not only obtained the Bodhi heart, which can allow one to directly become a saint, but he also experienced 100 reincarnations within the tree trunk, and thus leapt to the level of a peak 9-star Du Zun. Redundant line.